Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Ball!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Welcome in Monday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you. Alondra Villarreal, Braxton Rizzuto. I learned this the first time over the weekend. And have you ever seen Billy Madison?
I have, yes.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to be like, no, that's too old for me. Okay. Every time I think Rizzuto, when she brings up Adam Sandler to the board in third grade, and he has to spell out the different baseball words. She's like bunt, dugout, all that, and he's getting cocky.
Right.
She goes, how about Rizzuto? And then he freaks out. Rizzuto is not a word. He's a baseball player. You cheated. Thank God you've seen that.
I've seen the movie. I just don't remember that part exactly. I need to go back and look at it now.
That's the only thing I can think of every time I think of the name Rizzuto. But look, we're here with you all week long. We are hanging out. We have a ton to get to today because maybe you didn't hear women's basketball loses to South Carolina Saturday night. That was a game on ABC, one of the first times that's ever happened. LSU baseball got their season started against Milwaukee and looked pretty dominant at times over the weekend. We'll get into that as well. Here's a shocker. LSU basketball lost again. Who would have thought that? But right now, let's go around the room a little bit. Alondra, I know you were busy. I saw you out at, I didn't see you out there. I saw the pictures of out there at Spanish Town. How was it? Was this your first Spanish Town?
Yeah, it was my first time going to any sort of Mardi Gras parade, and it was fun. I had a great time.
I heard you let a guy on a float inject a Jell-O shot into you.
I don't know if that's a 7 a.m. topic, but I did, yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, hey. We're about it.
Yeah.
We
had a great time.
We love it. Did you wind up going to New Orleans?
I did not go
You
on
did
Sunday.
not?
No.
Nah,
It was one was enough for me.
I mean,
I had fun, but I just didn't feel like going down to New Orleans. And then I guess Bacchus didn't start till 5:15. And Spanish Town started at noon, so that one was done early enough for me to get home at this sounds so bad, but get home at a reasonable time. And I just didn't feel like going to New Orleans the next day. But I did have FOMO looking at the pictures because I had fun. I had a great time.
I was gonna ask if you saw Lane Kiffin on Endymion, but you didn't make it out there.
That was Saturday.
Yeah.
I was getting videos from Matt of Gwen Stefani, and I was like,
okay, so was that the same parade?
I was dying on the inside.
Was that also Endymion?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was, I think Blake Shelton was there too, right? Both of them?
Yeah,
Blake
he came
and
out
Gwen,
for 2 songs.
Elaine, and then Arthur something who wound up being the Grand Marshal because he's a Mardi Gras expert, whatever that means. Yeah, it sounded like a really good time. I did not go to any Mardi Gras parades. Look, I'm an old man when it comes to parades. We talked about this last week. It's just kind of the in and out that Alondra was talking about. This may sound bad, but I like to get home at a reasonable time. I am very old. I also like to get home at a reasonable time. Braxton being our young gun in the room right now. Did you go to any? Because
to be fair, I've always been that way.
Right.
Even when I was younger, because again, I've never gone to a Mardi Gras thing because the crowds was never a fan. The parking situation always stressed me out. Now I could just walk to Spanish Town, so it's fine. But I just was never a party all night type of person.
Now, did they? How
so
big
it's not
was,
an age thing. It's just
how big was Mardi Gras in Texas?
We didn't do parades and stuff like that. We knew what it was.
So I wouldn't
say it was huge.
I was telling
not in Central Texas at least.
Right. Or
South Texas.
I was telling Braxton, people get mad in New Orleans when you say this, but I mean everything I've heard, Mobile, Alabama created Mardi Gras. And, we used to go on vacation during Mardi Gras because we wanted to get out. All the tourists would come here for Mardi Gras. So we would go on vacation. I mean, we'd normally get the Monday and Tuesday off of school. So, we'd have a 4 or 5 day weekend if we took off on Friday. And we drove to Gulf Shores. Oh, I don't know. I was young. I mean, that was probably my first Mardi Gras experience was driving to Gulf Shores, having the road shut down because of all the Mardi Gras parades going on. I mean, we ran into one in Daphne. They had one on Beach Boulevard right there in Orange Beach. They had another one in Foley just down the road. Like, it's pretty big down there too. Now, look, New Orleans does it better. The floats are not nearly as elaborate and all that, but they get off of school too. I don't know if it's the entire week, but they do that as well. I again didn't go to any Mardi Gras parades. We'll probably pick up the last king cake of the year today. The unfortunate part for me, people don't know the struggle that the guys go through when your wife's pregnant, Braxton. My wife hates sweets right now. It's just not her thing. And
Wait, she hates what?
Sweets. Like all sweets right now. It's not her thing. And like, see, I am a huge sweets guy.
Right.
So, I mean, I think I've bought like 2 or 3 king cakes this year. And every time I bring in one, she'll take like a little small bite and be like, okay, I'm done. I went up throwing like half the thing away because, I mean, I'm not going to eat an entire king cake.
Right.
I'm not that fat. Like, I'm not going to eat the entire king cake. But
exactly.
It's a problem, man. It's like, because she used to be big on it too.
Yeah.
Like, we were both big. We did go get this. We went to Andy's after Valentine's dinner on Saturday. They have a new red velvet concrete or whatever they call it.
Okay, yeah, I know you're talking about.
It was phenomenal. First off, love red velvet, but it was like a Valentine's Day special. She did that. She ate about half of a small one.
So she's got to be in the mood.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's got to be a little special occasion for Valentine's Day on a Saturday night is atrocious. Like, because what we try to do is every Valentine's we try to go to a different nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And we've been and went to Jubin's this year, right off of Perkins.
Okay, I went there last year.
Look, man, it's been around for years. I had somehow never been until Saturday.
Okay, so what room were y'all in? Because the room I was in,
the big main one right there, not the one right there off to the side, but hostess stand. You walk right there to the back where the bar is.
Yeah,
we were in that room.
So the one I was in, it had like a bunch of pictures of like, I guess like Shaq and a bunch of these LSU like alumni.
Okay, no, I wasn't in that.
That
room.
was really cool.
I was not in that room, but we knocked that out on Saturday, and we had a great time. And then really busy weekend for me personally, not just LSU, but Alondra going crazy at Mardi Gras parades. We had the
I was on one. I'm like one of those people. I don't go out a lot, so when I do, it's
make
like
it count.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's one of those things where you're like, I knew I shouldn't have went too hard, but I did.
Yeah.
What time
Shout out my high.
So what time did you get there? The parade starts at noon, right?
So it starts at noon, but we didn't get there till like noon because we got crawfish before. And somebody there was already like holding a spot for us, so we didn't get there till noon, but we caught the whole thing.
Alondra's got people, Braxton. She's got people to hold the spot.
So then we went to O'Hara's. It used to be Happy's.
Okay.
We went there and they had like Pants Party playing or whatever. So I got home at like 6.
Yeah, okay, that's not that bad.
Not that bad.
That's not bad at all. I've never been to Spanish Town. Here it's great. Do you rock the pink?
I don't own pink, so I unfortunately did not. I went chalk and just put an LSU jersey on.
She couldn't sit with the plastics and Mean Girls, Braxton. That's for sure. Doesn't own any pink. You probably have never seen that movie, and that's totally okay.
Mean Girls?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Oh my God, dude. When I talk to Cassie, we have a desk right next to each other. Of course, Cassie talks my ear off nonstop, but she's never seen like any movie. Movie. And I mean, not just a movie that's a little bit dated. I mean, a movie that came out in the last like 5 years. She's seen nothing. I'm like, hey, Cassie, have you seen this? No, I haven't seen that. What about this? No, I don't know. I'm convinced at this point she might be Amish. Like I have no idea. But yeah, she's not she's not big into movies. Speaking of movies, I have a little internal decision I got to make. Do I want to go Mystery Movie Monday at Movie Tavern tonight, or do I want to go Scream Unseen horror movie at AMC? That's the big debate that I am dealing with today. I think we're going Scream Unseen.
I'm not too big on like scary movies. That's just never been my thing. I don't know why, but like I just don't like being scared sometimes. But I haven't been to the movie theater actually in a long time. Dude, we've always just like watched stuff on Netflix and things like that.
We go to the movies like once every 2 months. Me and my wife, and like that's something we started dating in 2014. That is something we have pretty much consistently done. I mean, obviously COVID threw a wrench in the whole thing, but outside of that, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much been once every 2 or 3 months. We at least try to, like, because I mean, our first date was at AMC right there on O'Neill.
Okay.
And I mean, we saw Iron Man 3. Not a great movie, but I do remember going to see it. I think we're gonna go Scream Unseen. because like I know the genre, right? And
Yeah.
like a lot of times the movies aren't great. So basically they show you an early screening of a movie that'll come out within like a week or two. I think it's safer because even if the horror movie's bad, we can sit there and laugh at it. We did Mystery Movie Monday at Movie Tavern about a year and a half ago. So a movie called Boy Kills World, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. So it kind of scarred me a little bit from that. All right, guys, this is, kind of just chit-chatting, recapping our weekend here to open the segment. Got to keep things light because we have a lot to get to. Coming back on the other side of the break, me, Alondra, Braxton, all of us, we're going to chop it up. LSU Milwaukee opening weekend recap. The Tigers win all 3 games, and they take on Kent State tonight. But we'll kind of recap what happened, give you a breakdown of how the scoring went, and then 7:30, me and Alondra will give you our weekend standouts, who we liked, who really stepped up, and we'll do all that coming up here on the other side, here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
There's another world inside of me that you may never see. There's secrets in this life that I can't hide.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, go to ktozblinds.com. ktozblinds.com is the website, and that is a website for K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living since 2004. Blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, screens, exterior motorized screens, pergolas, aluminum shutters. What am I forgetting? Awnings, patio covers.
Yeah.
They've
Keep
done
going.
it all
Blinds?
over at K2Z. You'll listen to me. It's the first one I said.
Draperies?
Said that as well. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, on the North Shore. They have got you covered. Check out their service area on their website. If you're listening to us in Alexandria, chances are they're going to be able to help you out up there as well. Go to the website, ktozblinds.com.
K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. If you're looking for, some tailored window treatment, they got a solution for every single room, every single style you can imagine. They got a trusted local team with 25 plus years of experience. They have complimentary installation and award-winning craftsmanship. Go check them out, ktozblinds.com.
Welcome back in. Monday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you. Alondra Villarreal, Braxton Rizzuto along as well. The LSU Tigers take down the Milwaukee Panthers 3-0 Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, LSU does play tonight against Kent State. Little bit step up in competition, a little bit better than Milwaukee. We'll see how the Tigers fare there. But let's kind of recap the action. It was buzzing at the box all weekend long. I mean, you could just see the crowds of people coming in droves into Alec Box. Game 1, Tigers win it 15-5. And what a more appropriate way to start off your scoring here in 2026 than the big body god himself, Zach York. A solo shot gave the Tigers a 1-0 lead in the second inning. It was impressive. And after that, though, LSU takes a 2-0 lead right after that. Then Milwaukee got going a little bit. We'll get into Case and Evans here in a second. He didn't maybe have the outing a lot of LSU fans were hoping for. And then you're down 5-2. And Seth Dardar, a guy who, one of my personal favorites, I believe Seth Dardar is going to take over that everyday second baseman role at some point this season. He had a 2-run home run, his first at-bat of the season. So you have Zach York, his first at-bat, a solo shot. Seth Dardar, his first at-bat, a 2-run homer. Not bad transfer portal work there from Mr. Jay Johnson, but he narrowed a 5-2 deficit to 5-4. So LSU trailed 5-4 going into the bottom of the 7th inning, but LSU sent 11 hitters to the plate and erupted for 6 runs to take the 10-5 lead a little bit later on, and then the Tigers would extend their lead. Back-to-back doubles to begin the 7th. Stephen Milam, Jake Brown. That's what tied it at 5. And then Zach York hit by a pitch. Kate Aaron Beatty, a 3-run home run to left field. We'll get into him a little bit later on in the show. So the Tigers, they pulled away at the end. When I look back at game 1, I think about Case and Evans. Did what I thought he would do distance-wise. Like, I kind of thought 5 innings. Now, he didn't make it out of the 4th. He got into the 4th. His final stat line, 3 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. So up and down. I mean, 7 strikeouts in 3 1/3 is really good. You gave up 6 hits. You gave up 4 earned runs. Not exactly what we wanted to see. And, it's weird. He was cruising through the first 3 innings or so, and then he gave up that 4 spot in the 4th inning was ultimately pulled, but it wound up not mattering as much because Cooper Williams and Gavin Guidry out of the bullpen, they went the rest of the way. Combined, they gave up 1 run and combined for 10 strikeouts. Not bad out of your bullpen for game 1, especially when you feel like you have your ace on the mound. He doesn't have it going. You got to throw these guys in there. It was Williams first, then it went Guidry, and again, they were awesome in game 1 for the Tigers. So you win the opening game. Game 2, a lot tighter of a battle. 5-3 victory for LSU, and they jumped on them early. They grabbed a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It was Derek Curiel. He had a sac fly. Then Jake Brown lined an RBI single. So that got it 2-0. Milwaukee did narrow that gap for a little bit, made it 2-1, but LSU extended their lead 5-3 in the 8th. Guess who came up with a big-time hit when the Tigers needed it? Stop me if you've heard this before. Steven Milam. He had a 2-run double. Cade Arambidi again. You're going to hear his name a lot. He provided a run-scoring double. His 4th RBI in 2 games. He was pretty good in game 3 as well. Milwaukee did rally for a pair of runs in the top of the 9th inning, but Grant Fontenot actually got the save. He came in. He got out Grant Ross on a fly ball to end the game. There were 2 runners on base. So that was a big-time out for the Tigers. They get that one done. Game 2 is all about Cooper Moore. I mean, that's how you recap game 2 of this series. This guy was always going to be a starter on this team. I mean, anytime you heard Jay Johnson talk preseason, he raved about Cooper Moore. I mean, that was one of the first names out of his mouth. Whenever a coach talks about a guy unsolicited, brings up his name, I pay attention, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, whichever sport. He goes 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, no walks, and gave up 1 run. It really does not get much better than that. Cooper Moore was absolutely nails on Saturday. And the bullpen was solid for the most part behind him, except Zach Cowan. Zach Cowan had a little bit of a rough outing. Now, I don't think anybody should hit the panic button on Zach Cowan because you should be confident in him. You saw it all year long against high-level competition. Zach Cowan come in, save games for you, win games for you. That's what he did out of the bullpen. Sure, he wasn't great opening weekend. Kason Evans wasn't great opening weekend. It happens. But outside of Zach Cowan, like, you got to feel good, right? Like, you thought Cowan and Evans were going to be 2 of the guys that performed the best over the weekend. Neither of them were that great, and the rest of your bullpen was still really good to get you these wins. So I think overall that is a positive. And then what else can you say about yesterday? I mean, it was an absolute hit parade on Sunday afternoon, 21-7 in just 7 innings for the Tigers. It was William Schmidt that got the start, and he had a little bit of an up and down day. So Schmidt goes 4 innings, 9 strikeouts, which is elite in 4 innings, but he gives up 3 walks. He gives up 3 earned runs. We saw the stuff a year ago. We know that William Schmidt has elite stuff. Control is going to continue to be a big area to watch for a guy like William Schmidt. You saw the reports out of fall baseball, right? Anytime they had a scrimmage, some reports came out. It was like, oh, this weekend, William Schmidt was unhittable. And Musso interviewed Seth Dardar last week for AFR. Musso asked him, hey, who's the toughest guy you went against all fall? First name out of his mouth, William Schmidt. So when he's on, he's one of the best pitchers on your staff because he has elite level stuff. His issue was giving up the free passes. And once you give up a couple free passes, how do you rebound from that? Last year, it didn't go great. It kind of snowballed on him a little bit. This game, again, he does give up the 3 walks. He gives up the 3 earned runs, but he bounced back a lot better than he did a year ago. He's just a year older, a year longer in this program. But overall, really good opening weekend for the Tigers out there at the box. Again, 15-5 in game 1, 5-3 in game 2, and then just a massacre, 21-7 in game 3. Alondra, you were out there opening day. What are the vibes like out there? I mean, are the Tigers gonna go back-to-back national champs? I mean, obviously,
well,
right?
I always think that they're gonna win the national championship, so I'm probably not the right person to ask. But no, I mean, they looked really good. The vibes were really high. There was a fan fest out there before the game, and there was a surprising amount of people out there, given that it was Friday, and everybody complains about how Jay Johnson does these early first pitches at the beginning of the season. It was a 2 p.m. first pitch. The fan fest started at 11 a.m. and like the people showed up. The kids were there. They were playing hooky. people probably like got in trouble at their jobs, but I kept saying like, it's okay. Jay Johnson wrote y'all an excuse. He wrote y'all a letter that you could turn into your employer or your teacher, so it's fine. But yeah, I mean, vibes were super high. Everybody looked like they were having a great time. I mean, the box was packed. So for as much as people complain about the 2 p.m. first pitch, I mean, they showed up.
I was one of those people. I was, admittedly.
Like, I get it, but people were there.
No, they were. Like, when I was watching.
Like, it was packed. It was, like, standing room only at some points.
I was still here when first pitch, obviously at 2 o'clock. But, of course, believe it or not, Hunt Palmer had it on TV in the studio. And a shocker, I know. Came in here. I mean, it looked like there wasn't an empty seat.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane. I know you were there. Did you go Saturday or Sunday?
So I didn't go Saturday because I was at the parade. Sunday, I also did not make it out there. But I will say, everybody on this team is huge.
Yeah, they're not small guys.
I was standing out there pregame to like just get some video and pictures on the field or whatever, and I'm like, wait, y'all are all so big. They're like, except for obviously Stephen Milam, but everyone's like stout, not just like tall, but they're just like stout. And I was telling y'all in the group chat that it looks like Curiel put on like some muscle mass too in the off season. So I'm excited. I think the team looks great. The bullpen, besides like some shakiness here and there, looks awesome too. And Devin Sheeran looks as advertised. He's another one that's huge. He's a big boy.
You got a lot of big boys, right? I mean, remember the first championship run we made with Jay Johnson? It was Riley Cooper. It was Cade Beloso. It was guys like that. And we were like, we need some more big body gods. Jay Johnson listened. Because Zach York is a large human being. I had it on
and how on brand that like his first hit at the box is a home run.
So I also missed it. I had just left work.
Yeah.
I'm literally getting on the interstate right there. And Patrick Wright, who actually was great this weekend.
Was Patrick?
Patrick?
Okay.
Patrick did all 3 games.
They were asking me, and I assumed it was Doug and Buzzy, but it was Patrick.
So Patrick did all 3 baseball games and the women's game on Saturday night. The man was putting in work, but
he was.
I'm getting on the interstate, and then he's like, "Oh, one swing of the bat." I just chuckled. I mean, I literally let out a laugh. I'm like, of course, the first run of the season is a Zach York bomb because it's all we've heard about all fall. I mean, it was so appropriate. But you were talking about the size of guys. It was so funny. Right when you had said that, because like you were at the game, you didn't get to hear it on the broadcast. Ben McDonald goes, "Yeah, Derek Curiel, like 12 to 13 pounds of muscle in the offseason." And you sent it like right after that.
He looks bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he looks good. And he had some pop in his bat whenever I was watching Sunday. So, I mean, good for him. But also, for as much as people always worry about like, oh, what are we going to do with the bullpen? What are we going to do with how are we going to replace Kate Anderson and Anthony Ianson? Okay, well, we broke the record that we set Purdue Fort Wayne, 45 strikeouts, the most in a series. They broke it this weekend with 49 strikeouts. So
it's broke it easily.
Yeah, like very easily. So I think they look good. I remember like last season after they did that, I went like full Rain Man and compared like the season before because everybody was worried about it too. And I was like, no, y'all, we're going to be fine. And then everybody was like, it's only 4 games in. I'm like, I know, but watch, there's already such an improvement. So I feel good about the team.
Yeah, definitely. Like I did. I saw a couple people online being like, oh, Zach Cowan. But like, if Zach Cowan was your worst bullpen pitcher over the weekend, I felt good about it because I trust him more than everybody else. Like, Zach Cowan just had a bad outing. Mm-hmm. He was excellent. He was great before he got to LSU, but he was awesome all last year. Like, I mean, maybe this is just me trusting this team blindly, but like, I don't care that Zach Cowan didn't have a good outing because I know what he could do. Like, I would have been more concerned if like Cowan and Guidry were great, everybody else was shaky.
Right.
To me, that's a lot more of a concern. Like having your best guy not having a good first outing, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, we're just so deep of a pitching staff. So we have so many people to go through, but that's good that we played Milwaukee first because we got to go through everybody and make sure and see what they can do. Make sure they're comfortable and just move on.
I love having Gavin Guidry back too because it's just absolutely electric.
We were talking about it. You and I were talking about it maybe a week and a half ago when Jake was out. Like people had been talking about, oh, you have Cooper Moore, you have Cooper Williams, Cade. Not Cade. Kason Evans is going to be your Friday night guy. Nobody was talking about Guidry or Devin Sheeran because they were injured last year and they didn't play.
Yeah.
We're like, don't forget, like, these could be two of your best bullpen guys, and they were on opening weekend. We're going to take a timeout. When we get back, Alondra and I are kind of going to go back and forth of maybe which players, individual players stood out. Obviously, the team as a whole was great. They win 3-0, but we'll do that on the other side here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
GCOPnet.com, Gulf Coast Office Products, the leader in office solutions, not only here in Baton Rouge, but in the entire Gulf Coast. That's why the Pelicans, the Saints, the Tigers, and the Raging Cajuns all trust GCOP. If you are part of a law firm, engineering firm, university, bank, hospital, well, you know how important documents are. And you know you need them when you need them. Right then, right there, not down the road. And you're always going to get that because no matter what, when you call Gulf Coast Office Products, the person that answers is going to be the person that helps you. They're not transferring you to 17 different people. Go to the website, gcopnet.com.
That's right, Gulf Coast Office Product. Louisiana's leader when it comes to office technology. So printers, copiers, scanners, whatever it is. You know that lifeline of the office and how it functions and runs is that paper trail. And you cannot afford any downtime. I don't care if it's a one-person office or a 1,000-person office. If you have downtime, that's why their award-winning service team can help you out and help you out fast. That's Gulf Coast Office Products, gcopnet.com.
It's funny how I find myself
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com, the website for Pelican Roofing in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge. They are boots on the ground in both locations, ready to help you. So if you need a roof repair, roof replacement, whatever it might be, they have got you covered, and they've got you covered with the best customer service, with the best work. That's why you go to the website, pelicanroof.com. You see 5-star reviews all over the homepage, and that's actual customers that have worked with Pelican Roofing. So don't delay. If you need anything when it comes to your roof, go to pelicanroof.com.
Right, Pelican Roof, pelicanroof.com. If you are starting a project, whether it's a new build, whether it's renovation, maybe it's just a roof repair. You got a leak, you got an old roof, whatever it is. It's just that time. Make sure you give them a call. And we know it's a big decision that you're going to have to make for your family and yourself. And financially, it can make a big impact. So go let them help you with the financing. Financing options right there at their homepage. Get the entire process started at pelicanroof.com.
Welcome back in, Monday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you. Alondra Villarreal, Braxton Rizzuto as well. LSU baseball gets a 3-0 victory over the Milwaukee Panthers at Alex Box Stadium over the weekend. They take on the Kent State Golden Flashes. I'm sure everyone knows what that is here on Monday night. But what I want to do right now is look at some guys that maybe caught our eye. Who was somebody that flashed for us? Alondra, I'll let you go first. Do you have anybody just off the dome right now? Like, hey, that guy, big first weekend.
I hate to go like chalk and obvious here, but Cooper Moore is awesome.
Right.
Like, I can't really give you another answer because he just stood out so hard to me that I'm like, 11 strikeouts in 6 innings, only allowed 4 hits and 1 run, one of them earned. No walks.
No walks is
That's
huge.
the most important, impressive stat to me from Cooper Moore over the weekend is 0 walks. It's ridiculous.
11-0 is, that's insane.
Yes. So, I hate to just go with the obvious one, but I'm super impressed by him. And then y'all know I was looking forward to seeing Trent Caraway, and he can play every position really well.
You got the start at second yesterday, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't see that coming.
No, killed it at second. So third base, second base, whatever. But I do agree with you that I do think that Seth Dardar is going to end up taking the second place.
He hits too well. He has to be in your lineup. That's your second baseman. I wrote down 2 pitchers, and one of them was Cooper Moore.
Yeah,
so,
he's awesome.
You're going chalk, but you have to.
Yeah.
You know my other pitcher is Gavin Guidry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry we're going chalk, guys. The big name showed up. He threw 2 innings on Friday. Faced 7 batters, struck out 5 of them, including 4 straight to start his day. This is the Gavin Guidry we saw 2 years ago. The guy hadn't played in basically 18 months. He comes out there and looks like that? Are you kidding me? If this guy can come out and do that in the back end of your bullpen, then this staff has the potential to be one of the best in the country because you have one of the best setup guys, closing guys. You can put Gavin Guidry wherever you want in that bullpen rotation, and he's going to deliver for you. I mean, I think he was incredible. And, Alondra mentioned Seth Dardar. Guess what, guys? I got Seth Dardar written down right here. I think he's going to be your everyday second baseman. We had been talking about that for the past week or so. He came in for Braden Simpson on Friday, and his first at bat, a 2-run home run. Not bad. He went 2 for 3 that day, 3 RBIs, scored 2 runs. On the weekend, he was 3 for 8 with 6 RBIs. And he had a pretty good glove over there at second as well. That's a guy that flashed. And Alondra's favorite player from a year ago, she'll laugh at this when we were in the studio together, Kate Arambidi had a heck of a weekend behind the plate. He was 6 for 12, 4 RBIs, scored 5 runs. And, did he have a pass ball over the weekend?
I think I saw that he did a little bit, but he's improved a lot behind the plate. Yeah.
Because, he's got Omar Cerna.
He was pretty hit or miss last season.
He was.
But there is a huge improvement from already, just in the... But, yeah, Omar Cerna looks good, too, though.
Yeah, I
think he DH'd yesterday. Started the Saturday game, maybe?
When you mentioned it, the dude's got the body of an upperclassman
he has
already.
a great, not in a weird way, great build. He's tall. He has I'm telling you, all of the guys on this team are big.
They really are. They're massive.
Yeah.
They look like the football team out there.
Yeah.
They're huge. That was clearly a strategic move there by Jay Johnson. But with Arambidi, it's so important because so Braxton, the reason I say Alondra's favorite player, our girl was going through it.
He had me stressed last season.
It was a midweek game. I think I'm doing the baseball game. She's doing women's basketball. She's walking to the studio. Kate Arambidi let another one behind him. And then I think he hit a grand slam or something, or a 2-run homer, something. Right after, she's like, okay, he did good. And then a few minutes later, something else. It was just, but that's kind of how everybody felt about him, right? It was very hit and miss a year ago. And there were so many people that thought he was going to take that next step and be your starting catcher. Luis Hernandez, excellent last year, but he took that job from him. If Arambidi can do this consistent, I'm not asking him to hit 500 every single weekend. That is not realistic at all, but can he get you timely hits? He scored 5 runs. He had 4 RBIs. He had a big knock over the weekend as well. If he could do things like that, have big hits for you in big moments, and play like he did behind the plate over the weekend, you're going to be really good in that position. Also, Jake Brown is a stud.
Say that.
If anybody didn't know that already, Jake Brown, 6 for 12.
I know our Jake is excited about that.
Oh, our Jake, huge Jake Brown fan. He hits 2 home runs yesterday, including one which was a grand slam, 8 RBI on the weekend. Solid in the outfield like we expected him to be. I think it's safe to say he solidified his spot, right? Mm-hmm. Coming into the season, it was Stanfield, it was Curiel, it was Jake Brown. But Jake Brown wasn't an everyday starter last year. He came on hot at the end of the year, but he's a guy that's kind of bounced around. They experimented with him at first base in the past, and he's a guy that he's locked down that spot in right field. Jake Brown is there to stay, and where you put him in the lineup, to me, doesn't really matter. I'm good with wherever he's at because he can hit for contact, he can hit for power. Stick him anywhere you want and call it a day. I love what I saw from a lot of these guys, but there's so many guys that we haven't mentioned that you could throw out there, right? Curiel, we haven't mentioned him as a flash player because we expected that from him. I don't know about you. I was a little surprised when Stanfield was leading off instead of Curiel. Stanfield was great leading off to begin last year, but they moved him down in the lineup. He hit 8 or 9 going into that College World Series, and then Stanfield opened the season as the leadoff batter. Now it's switched on Saturday and Sunday. It went back to Curiel, but
which they kind of needed to do that because then Curiel was kind of cold Friday, and then Saturday warmed up a little bit. Sunday was full, back in full form.
Yeah, and Jay's gonna tinker with that lineup, but when I saw
and the positions too.
Yeah,
we have not seen the final.
No.
He did it this weekend,
right? Yesterday towards the end of the game, I understand it was a blowout, but Ruckert was playing short. Ethan Klaus actually had a really good fall. There were a lot of people saying he could hit the ball pretty well.
I think he's who mentioned whenever Matt had asked who's somebody that we haven't heard of that stands out to you. I think he mentioned him.
Yeah, Ethan Klaus is a guy that hit the ball really well. He looks the part getting off the bus, but he was in there at second. Those two, they hooked up for what they tried to turn a double play. Klaus was a little bit late getting to it. No big deal. It was a good play as well. You had a big lead, but I mean, there's just so many young guys. Mason Braun got the start at DH on Friday. I mean, when you put out that lineup, you saw Mason Braun in there. That's a guy that can play outfield for you. He can also play first. So if you need to DH Zach York for whatever reason, or Zach York has an injury, there's a guy that can slide into first. Like, the versatility of this team, the depth of this team, whether it's in the field or the staff, it was impressive as hell to me opening weekend.
Someone else that looked really good to close out, and they kind of talked about this on the broadcast too. It wasn't like a high stakes situation that they were in, or like a high leverage situation, so you didn't see him in like a high pressure thing. But Marcos Paz looked good coming out to close out the game as well. He had 3 strikeouts in 2 innings. I mean, gave up 4 hits, but only 1 earned run off of that. 2 walks. So like, if he can kind of find a little bit more control, he could look really good.
He's 18 months post Tommy John, by the way. Like, that guy, like, that's why he didn't go to the major league draft. That's why he's in school. He had Tommy John surgery 18 months ago. So, like, we talk about Gavin Guidry coming back from injury, Devin Sheeran coming back from injury. Marcos Paz is another one that is coming back. Hadn't thrown in a little bit, at least competitively. He was great in fall camp. I mean, by all accounts, during the fall scrimmages, Marcos Paz was one of your best bullpen pitchers. But the fact that all of these guys stepped up, and again, like, the only bullpen guy that wasn't great was Zach Cowan, and we don't care because he's so good that it doesn't really matter.
I was excited when he first came out, but Santiago Garcia, he struggled a little bit out there, too.
But again, that's a guy who's a transfer, right? Like, he's been there, done that. He's been in high leverage situations. Like, the young guys that you wanted to see really stepped up in a big way. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We get back. LSU men's and women's basketball. We're on the hardwood on Saturday. We're going to talk about that, and we'll wrap up hour number 1 here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Somebody that will never blow a lead, that is Tommy. Windows, doors, and siding. GoTommys.com. Geaux. Tommys with a Y.com is the website. You will clearly see the difference when you work with Tommy and the team. They're not going to blow a lead. They're just going to win awards because that's what they do. They stack banners. They stack
But not
awards
every year, right?
every single year, bud.
They don't
not every
like,
4 years.
They don't spread the trophies for every company?
No, they don't.
Trophies for
They would
everybody?
never let Canada make a comeback either. Go to GoTommys.com.
All right, GoTommys.com. They are the best windows, doors, siding. We're talking about Hardy Plank siding. Talking about vinyl windows, siding, whatever it is. They're amazing. Just talk to them about your project. If you're building a new house, if you're renovating, maybe you just want to do a little upgrade on your doors or change them. You got some rotted windows, rotted doors, whatever it is. Anything they install, lifetime warranty, the best in the business. That's why they win awards every single year. GoTommys.com.
This ain't no disco. And it ain't no country club either.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All I wanna do is have a little fun before I die.
Welcome back in. Monday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you. Jacob Hester, Matt Flynn on vacation for Mardi Gras break. The kiddos were off of school, and Jake and Matt said, hey, we're going to take off as well. Can't fault them for that. I totally understand. LSU men's and women's basketball were on the hardwood on Saturday. We'll start with the men, get them out of the way first because, believe it or not, guys, the men suffered another SEC loss. Shocker, I know. They are now 2-10 on the season, 14-11 overall. They were on the road in Knoxville, taking on the Tennessee Volunteers, 73-63. So the Tigers kept it close for the most part, but it was kind of just the same old song and dance for LSU. I mean, you go look at the team stats. Tennessee wins and everything. 46% shooting for Tennessee, just 38% for LSU. Now, neither team shot particularly well from 3, but 38 to 35% advantage, again, for the Tennessee Volunteers. LSU almost got doubled up in rebounding, 45-24 in favor of the Tennessee Volunteers. Turnovers. LSU only had 3. The problem with this basketball team I have noticed is even when they're down, they don't have a guy that has that aggressive killer instinct. Like, you just don't see it. It seems almost like they move the ball around well, but it just seems like everybody on the court, regardless of if they're up by 10 or they're losing by 20, is just hesitant to shoot the ball. Like last week, the late night game on Tuesday against Arkansas, you're down by 20-something points in the second half. And you're running the ball, you're setting up your half-court offense, you're taking your time. Like, I'm never going to be one of those people that's like, I just heave up a 3 and see what happens. But At that point in the game, it's the second half. You're down by 20 plus. You got to get up shots. You have to get up shots quickly. You can't just take your time. Like, there's never really a huge sense of urgency with this team, regardless of what the stakes are and where you're at in the game. So, I mean, yeah, they only had 3 turnovers. Tennessee had 9. I mean, you had 6 points off of 9 Tennessee turnovers. Not great. They had 2 off of your 3. Points in the paint. This has been a big one all year, at least the last few games. 34 points in the paint for Tennessee, 18 for LSU. It pretty much looked like that against Arkansas. Like against Arkansas, I think you had 20, just off the top of the head, I think it was like 21 points in the paint. Arkansas had close to 40. I mean, Arkansas didn't really shoot the ball that well from the outside against you on Tuesday night. You just find different ways to lose games. Like it's something I say all the time. Good teams find different ways to win games. Bad teams find different ways to lose games. This is a bad basketball team, and they find different ways to lose games. However, the areas that you have to improve at, they're not a good rebounding team. They're not good defending the paint. They're not good scoring inside the paint. And I mean, to make matters even worse, I know he's been in and out of the lineup, and I know he hadn't played a ton, but it was announced over the weekend that DJ Thomas will be out for the remainder of the season. So you're not going to get him back. Like, that was your guy. The entire offense ran through him. And, I mean, you look, LSU spread the ball around a decent amount on Saturday. I mean, 4 of your 5 starters had double digits. Sutton 16, Tamba 13, Nwoko 10, Jalen Reese 15. That Jalen Reese is not much of a scorer. At least that's not what they ask him to do in this offense. For him to put up 15, and he was actually good. 4 of 8 from the court, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. But you got a total of 8 points off the bench. Between Miller, Mosley, and PJ Carter, you got 8 total points off the bench. It's just not good enough. Look at what Tennessee did. I mean, they had double-digit scorers off the bench. You had 18 points off the bench, and you had 8. That's the difference in the game right there. It's a 10-point game. That's a 10-point difference off the bench. This team's just not deep enough. They have to have all their starters perform well in the same game. And, you know, some of them did. But when you're not rebounding well, when you're not scoring down low, when you're not defending down low, things like this are going to continue to happen. And, again, it's just kind of the same old song and dance for the LSU Tigers. Next up, I mean, it doesn't get a whole lot easier for LSU as well. And, I mean, you could say, oh, that's the easy part in their schedule. I mean, they have Texas tomorrow. Like, Texas isn't a top 25 team, but it's on the road. I mean, you just went on the road to Tennessee. You're on the road at Texas. It's a late one tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Then you're at home against Alabama. Believe it or not, since Charles Bediako was ruled ineligible, Alabama's actually been a lot better. I mean, Alabama's going to be favored in that game, even though LSU's at home. That hasn't mattered this year. Then you go on the road to Ole Miss. You're home against Oklahoma. I mean, both of those teams, those are winnable games, but you've lost a lot of winnable games this year. I mean, I know everyone wanted to talk about on last Tuesday, oh, well, you didn't have DJ Thomas and Max McKinnon went down in the third quarter. Okay. DJ Wagner and Carter Knox, who are Arkansas's 2 best players, did not even play against you, and you lost by 20-plus points at home. It hasn't mattered who this team has played. They haven't been good against anyone. That's why you sit there at 2-10. I mean, you look at the teams they've beaten. I mean, yeah, they got a victory over South Carolina. Great. South Carolina's not good either. Look at the bottom of the SEC standings. It's kind of where both of these teams have lived. So, I mean, I don't. You try to find wins. Whenever a team's struggling, you try to find wins, right? I mean, you're 2-10. You're tied with South Carolina at the bottom of the league. Sure, Ole Miss is 3-9. You got them coming up. Texas 7-5 in the league. You're not winning that game in Austin. Second game in a row on the road. You're not winning that game. Oklahoma's winnable. They're 3-9. Ole Miss is 3-9. But do I have confidence that this team can win this game? No, because they do the same thing every game. This team plays like they just go out there and they're like, okay, we're going to go out there. We're going to put up some shots and hope for the best. I mean, at times it just seems like there's no rhyme or reason as to what they're doing. So, I mean, where do you go again wins wise the rest of the way? I don't see it getting any better. I mean, you're losing. I think you lose to Texas and Alabama. No question about that. Both those teams are getting better. Ole Miss and Oklahoma, those are winnable, but let's say you win both of those. That puts you at 4 wins. Then you have Auburn, who's reeling a little bit, but they're better than you. And then Texas A&M, they've surprised a lot of people this year. So let's say you beat Ole Miss and Oklahoma, you're still sitting at 4 SEC wins, and that's not good enough. 4 SEC wins. I mean, again, A&M, they have a winning record in the conference. And should I trust LSU against anybody they play? No, not really. So even though it looks good down the stretch, I just don't see it getting any better. All right, we're actually going to do women's basketball in the 9 o'clock hour. There's a lot to get to there. Coming up, we got some LSU football coming up. We got some Saints. We got Patrick Coogan, former LSU pitcher. That's all coming up here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.